moment. There we go. Alright, we're gonna see how long my voice holds out on this one. I am fairly jet lagged and also a little bit but we've got some really cool stuff to talk about. Today is What the Wednesday, and accordingly I have drummed up a few fun steampunk things for us to talk about. What is steampunk? Well, it's a cool aesthetic that marries basically the era of steam-driven technology and all its brass and copper and gears and clocks and things, splendor, with sort of a futuristic aesthetic. It's very cool. I had a definite steampunk phase. But anyway, this is spurred by the fact that our friend Jay has just published his new steampunk moving gear bracelet, which is pretty sweet. For some reason this version is not animating, but you can see it in the little preview over here. Anyway, so he happened to send me one in my favorite blue color, so I am going to try and hack one of these into, it's pretty large, so I thought maybe I'll try and turn it into a little hat, like a tiny steampunk hat, and then it would be this little animated hat and it would look really cool. We'll see. But first I want to go through some more cool projects. Oh no, I just turned my computer to sleep. Come back. There we go. Alright. Other projects. Yeah, so if you look for steampunk on Hackster, you'll not only find this whole tutorial, including like all the 3D printing and stuff, and the circuit diagrams. It's such a great tutorial. Also this steampunk retro remote control, the brick. Look at this thing. It has pardon, blue side/underglow with these sort of typewriter key type assemblies. And another great tutorial, embedded in wood. I love it when people combine wood and electronics. I think that's great. And it really shows sort of a way of bringing together different types of skills. A camera top hat based on an embedded Pi Zero and Pi Cam. Cool. A guitar amp that's super cool. Look at this. Okay, so it says moving candles, and I was like, what? I don't see any candles on here. Also, that'd be super dangerous. This thing is made out of wood. Turns out, this guitar amp has these little controls where this is such a cool amp. There's sound with this as well if you want to watch the video. It's on the project, which is linked in the video to this, or in the description to this video. So those things move up, which I guess is the candles. And then here's a little bank of knobs and stuff, and look how it comes up. See, this reminds me of that wonderful thing of where some old cars will have like these headlights that come up, and apparently they're terrible and break all the time, but I love them so much. The aesthetic is so good. Anyway, super cool. Here's one of my old projects, the Holo Clock. It's a holography studio inside of an old carriage clock. I think so, there's some better pictures on here somewhere. Oh boy, maybe not. Haha, bad Alex. Gotta update the tutorial. Anyway, steampunk, of course, is not the only kind of punk aesthetic besides actual punk. There's also diesel punk, which is from a slightly later era. Sort of looks like this kind of thing. Oh, very cool. You'll see a lot of sort of motorcycles, sort of World War II era stuff in diesel punk. Phone like a ray gun. Brass cap telescope, yeah, baby. Great. I'm gonna check that my sound is on because we've had some trouble with that lately. Yes, good. A cyberpunk 3D printed fabric light up corset by Amy Double D. So cool. So that's steampunk, diesel punk, cyberpunk, and then what I would call, she doesn't use this word, but I would call this solar punk, which is an emerging field of punk aesthetic, which sort of focuses on an optimistic future where we solve the world's problems with solar power and other types of things, and basically turn it into a much more beautiful utopia, which I really love. So I think that Kitty Young made this, and it's really super cool. Plus, it looks awesome. She wore it to Maker Faire last year. It's great in person too. Yeah, wow. Definitely a little bit of steampunk aesthetic as well, but so I think this is a great fitting project. So yeah, go check out this bracelet if you want to see what I'm working with. And now I'm going to switch over to the real world where I have this package. Ah! Ooh. This is what I am going to be reworking, ideally, if I can get it to work. My idea is that the thing itself actually definitely works. I have a video from when I first tried it, a very quick demonstration. If it somehow I've banged it around too much that it doesn't work anymore. There's a really cool laser cut case here, but I'm not gonna show the whole thing because there's like a note and stuff. But here is the fabulous blue moving gear bracelet. It does work, and again I have a video of that. We'll see if it's still working after being biked around a bit. Jay, this is so cool. This is so cool. Oh, I see the batteries have detached a little, but I think that's fine. Okay, is this gonna work? So this is the thing, right? It like looks really cool. On someone like me, it's pretty bulky. So this is why I wanted to rework it a bit, but oh no. Seems like the biking wasn't too kind to it. Come on. There we go. Oh no. Yeah. Anyway, like I said, this has been riding around in a box on the back of my bike for a couple of weeks now, so my apologies for it being all jammed up. But anyway, we're going to put it on a hat, and then we're going to fix the jamming, and everything's going to be groovy. So, this version has large gears, and it has some foam inside so that it holds onto your wrist, and it has a little couple of batteries on here, and the big switch, which is how you turn it on. Sorry, Jay. This is not usual behavior. Come on. Totally my fault. But alright, so I could probably also pardon, cut down the gears a little bit, like sand them or something. But so I created some bits to use for a hat. I have got a small circle for the top and a bigger circle for the brim with some like inelegant slashes cut in it. I have a salsa container that's going to go like this so that we end up with a sort of hat shape. But that doesn't look like a hat, does it? That looks really terrible. So I have this black fabric, a pair of tights from Walgreens, and I'm going to stretch over it so that it gets this kind of smooth, more refined look. And I have a headband mounted on. So let's see. My general idea is that I'm going to cut through this salsa container and put the hat over it. Oh, you know what? That might not really fit. Oh no, it's gonna go this way. Okay, cool. Yes, good. Good, yes. This is gonna be good. I might have to take the foam off, but I'm gonna cut first a spot for these little electronics to go in. I'm gonna have it facing down, so that I can do the switch and stuff. Oh, you can't see that. Have it facing down. The plastic's gonna go in here. So that I can control the switch and change the batteries from the bottom of the hat. So first things first, I'm going to cut that slot into the salsa container. And that's about like, yay. Okay. It's kind of brittle. Definitely brutal. Okay. I think that's sufficient. I've basically taken this and my trusty little knife here. I love this knife, by the way. Check it out. It just takes a regular craft blade, and it's got a little pocket clip, and opens up. It's super minimal and gorgeous. More of a cyberpunk thing. That's more my aesthetic nowadays. Although it mingles with cozy punk and scholar punk and things like that. Jedi punk. Jedi goth. Someone asked me what my aesthetic was, like fashion-wise, fairly recently, and I was like, I don't know. It still needs some trimming. But we're getting close. Shouldn't be too bad. Alright. Okay. Now I need to make sure that the hole in here is going to be big enough, which it definitely isn't right now. So let's do some more rough hacks. First I'm going to bend these outwards. Actually, I only really need one spot where it, well, I also don't want it to just sit flat on my head because that'd be awkward. I don't think it would look very good. Again, this doesn't have to look amazing because it's going to be covered by fabric, ideally. Thank goodness. Ah! Maybe I need a more precise craft knife. There we go. I'm not actually doing any electronics hacking right now, but I think it'll still be fun to end up with a sort of accessory. Ah! Oh, this is so bad and so ugly. That's fine. Oh boy. I'm going to stop there for now because A, I don't want to take forever, and B, I think this is enough space so that our power switch can sit in there. Looks like yes. Good. So now I have a spot to interface with it. Great. And what I need to do now is remove the foam inside and put the salsa container on it. Sorry, Jay. Kind of destroying your beautiful work, but hopefully it's going to make something really cool. And this is the kind of collaboration that I think is best for me, where it's kind of hard to get people together to do something at the same time. And, you know, make sure everyone wants to build the same thing at like 3 a.m. But where you sort of send stuff back and forth and riff on it, I think that works really well. Kind of an introvert, so it's hard to collaborate on stuff. Also, I'm very possessive of my projects. This one was a gift, so he can't complain. Go! While I'm picking this glue off, I'm going to see if there's any questions or comments. Oh, Jay is here! Hey, Jay! Blue screen. I don't see anything here that would be causing a blue screen. Okay, cool. I think that's close enough for now. And we're gonna take this and try to, that needs to be deeper. Okay. I'm gonna cut more plastic off of this salsa container. Ah! And in case y'all don't watch to the end of the video, if you come to Bay Area Maker Faire this year, Jay and I are going to be talking about, giving a talk about our animatronic robot sidekicks. So it's very exciting to collaborate on something else as well. I don't think you knew he was collaborating on this, did you, Jay? But guess what? We are. Now. La, la. Come on, please fit, please fit, please fit. I didn't actually... Ooh, this salsa container might not, like, fit at all. Well, you know what we can do, though? We can cut this apart, like so. Making sure I get my delicate thingies. And just sort of mash it together like that. Which means that I'll probably need to cut out more of this centerpiece here. So that I'll be able to sort of curl it in on itself. There we go. And cut off some more of this plastic at the top. Oh, I can use scissors for that. A little safer. There we go. I'm going to use the scissors to cut this down a little bit more. Very quick and dirty project, but I think it's going to look sweet with the fabric on it. Okay, cool. So now we have the general shape defined. Great. And I think that'll be pretty good. Ooh, now here's a question. How can I get it to might have to scooch it up so that the gears don't catch on the brim. That's fine. And 1, 2, put this on top. That's pretty decent. Okay, so now I need to take this off again so I can put the cloth on. And there's going to be a spot where the... making sure that the gears and everything work with the fabric might be a little tough, but we'll see. Also, these tights aren't as big as I thought they were, but I think that's fine. So I'm going to cut these up. And the first thing I'm going to do is try to get... Oh, that's fine, yeah. Stretchy stretch. Ooh. Put this on there. And try to get this over there. Cool. Nice. Can I get it all the way in? That would be very good. Might not be able to, though. We'll see. It is kind of squishing the plastic salsa container together, so I might need to brace the inside of that. As you can see, it's got the disc here and the salsa container here. Trying to do this without cutting myself on the plastic. This isn't what you expected to see today, huh? Ah. Well, that's what we get. That seam is a little weird, so I'm going to pull it around to the side and try to sort of finagle a slightly different result. Okay, that's really pushing on the salsa container, so I'm definitely going to have to brace that somehow. I'm going to try and move this seam so that it sits underneath the gears. And how am I going to get that gear, etc. in place? In fact, you know, maybe it'll look fine. I'll try assembling it now and see what it looks like. I'm going to rotate this plastic piece so the seam is opposite it. I can kind of tuck the fabric end inside. Oh no, the plastic is cutting through. Okay, I think we're fine now. It's fun to do something tactile. I've been traveling for the last week, so I haven't really been able to make anything. And it's nice to get back into the office and do some stuff. Alright, so I'm cutting off the part of the tights that sort of, as you can see, the seam of the toe is over on this side, which I'm going to try and tuck underneath the headband. And the sort of cut on the other side where the power and stuff are going to go. So we have this little hole. Let's see if that works. Hey, that's okay. That's pretty fine. Nice. This is a little suboptimal. We might have to iterate on this once or twice. Yeah. But yeah, that needs fixing. I think I mainly need a smaller top on this. You know, I think that would work. And I still have, so I cut these hat pieces out of a piece of just thick card. And I did it with scissors the first time, but I like traced around the salsa container actually to make the shapes I wanted, and a bowl for the large brim, this big one. So what I might do this time is laser cut everything so it's a little bit more smooth, and resize the top of the hat down. But that's a pretty decent, you know, start. Now here's the question. can I get this to do what I want? Yeah! Ha! That's easy. Cool. So the bottom is going to be open and the top is going to be open as well. But I can sort of use this. Then we have that spot again to put the electronics through. I'm going to do this, and I think maybe tie a knot or something. I need to make sure that it can attach well to the other part of the hat. It looks really janky right now, but I think everything kind of starts out janky. And this is the top of the hat. Is this what I want to do? Yeah. Again, this is a prototype. I'm not going to say that this is like a gorgeous object at this point, but you have used sort of minimum viable product. Steampunk gear hat. And basically once I mount this onto the headband, it'll look like so, and I'll be able to put it at sort of an angle so that it does a sort of rakish tilt kind of thing, you know, where like it's like this, and then, oh, that's very tiny, isn't it? Oh, it got bent out somehow. Oh, hey, you can reform it. That's very cool. Huh. Alright, so if we do this, nice. Then I can sort of attach the hat to that. It'll sit like that, and then it'll be able to go. And maybe I can even make some kind of a remote trigger for the hat, and I'll be able to reach through from the bottom and turn it on. Hey, there we go! No longer jamming. So, yeah. Of course, I'll need to make sure that it stays up high enough on this column so that it doesn't jam against the brim. But, all in all, a successful experiment. There we go. Here's that bracelet again. Now without the foam padding, but very cool. Thank you again, Jay. This is such a cool thing, and I can't wait to actually get the hat up and running when it's a little bit nicer in the second prototype. This is mostly an experiment. Yeah, thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your What the Wednesday, and we'll catch you tomorrow. There's tons of cool stuff coming up. If you're not aware, Yuri's Night is Friday. Yuri's Night is the annual celebration of Yuri Gagarin, the first person in space, and his journey around the Earth. And there's parties all over the world. You should go to yurisnight.net, I think. Let me check that. Is that it? Or .org or what? In the meantime, check out our page for the Companion Robots talk at Maker Faire Bay Area 2019. It's called Make Friends with Companion Robots. Get it? Because you're making them and they're your friends. Anyway, here's Yuri's pardon. Yuri's Night. And you can go check out the map to find an event near you. We're going to have another cool special about space projects coming up around this. But yeah, go find an event coming up near you. It'll be super cool. April 12th is the official Yuri's Night, but people are doing it all the way through the weekend and probably in the next week as well. In fact, there was one yesterday already. Oh. Yeah, probably already going on somewhere where you are. That's all I got for you today. Have an awesome day, and we'll see you soon. Ciao.